Point number 2. It's in verses 7 and 8. John the Baptist was willing to confront religious people. He was willing to confront, in your notes it should say hypocrisy. That's the blank. Hypocrisy. Listen to this. Hosea is one of my favorite prophets. We should do a series on Hosea one day, brother. We'd have to let the kids out of the room, I can tell you that. It's a very, very adult book. But in Hosea chapter 4, verse 1, the prophet says, "Hear the word of the Lord, you Israelites, you religious people, you called ones." Let me translate for you modern folks. Hear this word, you folks who grew up in church. You religious people. He says, because the Lord has a charge to bring against you who live in the land. There is no faithfulness, no love, and no acknowledgement of God in the land. Now we need to take that message to the church today and say, we are like the people of the day of Christ, being called to fruit that will last forever. And that there are many ministries and ministers. There are many said believers, fake followers. There are religious hypocrites all around us, even in a small church. But as you go throughout the world, it's not exclusive to California. It's all through the Bible Belt where I'm from. It's all through Europe where I've been. It's in Africa, as we discussed this morning. I've seen it in the Philippines, and I confronted it in Lebanon. Amen. And John was willing to confront the nonsense of religion. Let me tell you some things about religion that we could all confront. Kids, listen to this especially. Hassani, this could happen for you someday. Where you see someone who's pretending to be something that he's not. And you can go to this person and in the gentlest and most loving way be like John the Baptist and say, are you truly producing fruit that will last forever? Could you tell me your testimony? Could you just share with me what your witness is, where your work is, where your love is, where your affections are, where your investment in other people is? Who is it that you are making into a disciple of Jesus Christ? Some of us should have hair standing up on our arms right now. Because if you are not making a disciple, you are not being a disciple. Amen. If you are not fishing for men, you are not following the fisher. That's right. Jesus said, come follow me, I will make you fishers of men. You can't pay me to fish for you. Well, you can actually. And I will. I'll go on a mission trip for you every 6 months. But eventually, you need to come. You need to get a passport. You need to get a plan. You need to know how to share your testimony. When someone does accept Christ, you need to know how to get them through spiritual kindergarten, and maybe then you can pass them to someone else. But quit considering the ministry someone else's. That's hypocrisy. The ministry belongs to you. The ministry belongs to the bride of Christ. The ministry belongs in the pews. If you're a brand new believer, or if you're like me, you've been around for a decade or two, or 3 or 4, you are in the